most conflict in any environment comes from unrealized or unmet expectations.
Mm,
And that's why it's so important to make it really clear what is expected and what's acceptable in the environment.
mm,
And you can't just put it, in a policy document or even have it on a plaque on the wall somewhere. It requires constant reiteration as to what the values of the organization are, what the culture is you're creating. But most importantly, the leaders in the company have to model the culture that they want to be clear.
mm. Imagine that. So you
Yeah,
mean we
that's
can't
that's
just
called walking the talk.
yeah, you mean we can't just put values up on the wall and then not live them and expect team members to do that? Wow.
No, you can't. And it has to permeate throughout everything that happens in the organization, from how you communicate to ensuring that your HR policies align with that, that all of the policies and practices of the organization mirror what you've said are the standards.
So where do you recommend as kind of a starting point in terms of what needs to be clarified in terms of maybe prioritization? Because I would imagine there's many organizations, if my limited experience is any indication of the norm, there's ambiguity at all levels, right? There's ambiguity about what is the strategy. There's ambiguity about what are the policies, that guide behaviors in specific departments. There's ambiguity about what do the core values actually mean.
Right.
So what do you recommend here? Where should we start?
Yeah, I frankly would start with within a team with what you expect as a leader,
Hmm.
right? Because having a positive environment, one that is non-toxic, starts with the head, right? And so I think making clear to your team members sort of who you are, what you value, what your expectations are of them is the very first place to start. And that should align with the company's values. And the way you ensure that that is clear, you can't do it just once. You have to reiterate at every opportunity. So that could be in team meetings, always coming back to the standards and the norms. That's in your one-on-one conversations or coaching sessions with employee, reiterating what the standard and the expectations are. When someone goes a little bit off course, it's bringing them back to the acceptable behaviors and what those values are. It's in marketing materials and communications, internally and externally, having a number of touch points that reiterate the same messages will start to create the culture you desire.